Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode. This episode, actually, what we're gonna look at is we're gonna install a premium SSL certificate for our application or our WordPress based site. So, in order to do that, we're gonna have to purchase some, premium SSL certificate from a third party vendor. For this example, I'm going to use Namecheap as my provider. So I'm going to buy the SSL certificate from them. I'm buying from them because it's easier for me since I already have an account with them. But in case if you want to buy it from some other place, please feel free to buy from them. But my example is going to be based on Namecheap. Actually, this lesson is part of a request by a couple of students who asked me whether they can, mm, you know, migrate their free SSL certificates to paid premium certificates because they started sites and now their site is making money, so they want something robust. So they asked me how they would be able to do something premium. So in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Namecheap SSL in Google itself, and it's going to take me. You can click the first link or the second link, both actually the same place. I click the second link because I don't want to cost them some money by clicking on ad. So now you have many options actually. Even inside premium SSL certificates, there are many different options. So like you can actually click on this learn more and learn about the differences. So for certain SSL certificate, you will just get a lock like this in the top, or some certificate you will get a green bar that you would see in some of the e-commerce sites. So since this example is going to be a generic one, I'm going to use the cheapest possible premium SSL certificate. So I'm going to actually buy this cheapest one. So I'm going to click on buy now. And I'm going to take for 2 years. As you can see, if you actually select more years, it will give you more better price. But since it's going to be an example only, I'm going to go with 2 years only, and then probably I will decide about the certificate after 2 years. So I'm going to click on confirm order. Now obviously I have to log in. I have my username and password stored already. Now I'm going to check out. Okay, the payment is done and we have received saying that your order is ready and all. So now I'm going to click on manage. And now we need to activate this certificate. So I'm going to click on activate. So before proceeding, I will actually stop it here and we will begin in the next lesson on how to create the CSR and primary domain, etc. Bye for now. Take care. So in this lesson, we're gonna do the certificate request and everything following the steps given by Namecheap. So if you have actually bought it from a different vendor, the steps are obviously going to vary a little bit, but end of the day, more or less, it's going to be the same. So if you're actually not sure what to do next or how to create this CSR, you can actually click on this, what is CSR and how to create one. When you go it actually show you list of things that you need to do. So here, since our application is based on cPanel, I'm going to click on cPanel. So here it shows what should be done and what section we need to access to create this. So I'm going to go to my cPanel and do the next from there. So I'm going to go to my website /cPanel. Now I'm going to click on SSL. So if it is difficult to find, we can always search SSL. Okay, we'll click on that, open in a new tab as usual, and we're going to click on this certificate signing request. So if you come here to the help section, they are giving the same, click on certificate signing request. So we're going to click on certificate signing request. Remember, we didn't do this part when we were doing our um, the free certificate. It was actually done behind the screen for us, but in this case we're gonna have to do it. So I'm going to go back here, and if you look closely, and you can actually follow all the instruction given here. The important is you need to select generate a new 2048 bit key. That is important, and of course you need to fill rest of the information. So the domain name is actually, I'll copy paste because I don't want to make any mistakes. Okay, I put it here, and they want us to remove the HTTPS. Fine, no problem. And you can fill out these details. So here you can actually give any passphrase you want. I would give I would give some random password for me. For this testing purpose, I will do some password. And I'll click on generate. Okay, now we have the certificate request. So we can copy this, and we can go back here and paste it here, and as you can see, it passes and get the domain name for us. So now we're gonna have to click on next. Okay, so we have to click the second option because our certificate will not be deployed on Windows based IAS or Java Tomcat server. It's going to use the cPanel. So I'm going to click next. Now actually there are a couple of methods how you can do your domain verification. So in order to get this certificate, you need to prove that you own the domain. You remember, like when we were doing this free certificate, we upload a file into our server. You can actually do similar to that. If you select HTTP based, and then you can actually create a file and you can upload a token based. But then I'm going to go with the most easiest way, which is an email. So you can actually, if you have the email registered with the domain, you can actually select this option that protect who is got. So I'm using who is got protection for my domain, which is provided for free by Namecheap. So my email is actually masked here. Like though you see some gargled uh, email here, it's actually going to send the email to my personal email. So I'm going to select that. So in case you have some other email set up like this, you can actually go ahead and set up an email for your domain and get the email, or you can actually use the email that you provided when purchasing the domain. So I'm going to click next. Now we have to wait. See, now the email is actually picked up, and now we have to wait for the certificate to arrive. Okay, now the waiting game begins. Now we have to wait for the email from the verification provider. So we will wait for that. Once I receive the email, I'll go through the next step. Remember that email will not be instant. It might take some time, so don't panic. Wait for it. Once we receive it, we can do that. So if you don't like the email route, you can always go for uploading file route. Bye for now. Take care. can see I actually received the SSL certificate validation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to click on the link here. So permit the issuance of the certificate, please browse here. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to copy this key and I'm going to paste it here. So this way you can actually claim your domain. Okay, you have entered the correct domain validation code. Your certificate now will now be issued and emailed to you shortly. Please close this window now. So we can actually close this window, and now once again we have to wait for the certificates via email. So the waiting game begins again. So I will stop it here. Once the new certificate is received, we will meet once again in another lesson. Bye for now. You can see I have received the certificates for my domain, and if you go down you can see I have the attachment. So I'm going to download it, and this point onwards it's going to be more or less similar to what we do during our free certificate installation. So I'm going to create a folder in my desktop and I'm going to save it inside it, and I'm going to unzip it. Okay, cool. As you can see, we have two files inside. So what I'm going to do next is, as usual, I'm going to come here and I'm going to click new tab. I'm going to click here. Sorry, I went quick fast. I will do it again. Open a new tab and click on generate, view, upload or delete certificates. So we're gonna upload our certificate here, and we're gonna upload a CRT file. So I'm going to click this file, choose file. I'll come to the folder and I'll select the CRT file, and I'm going to click on upload certificate. As you can see, the certificate for the domain rhlcoga.com has been saved. Now we can actually go back again, go to SSL, TLS, and the fourth one, install and manage SSL for your site, HTTPS. So I'm going to click on manage SSL. And here I'm going to select my domain, which is rhlcoga, and I'm going to click on autofill by domain. Now as you can see, it's automatically filling everything for me. There is nothing much I need to do, and you can see the expiration date is August 10th, 2022. So today 2020, and we have the certificate valid for 2 years. Here comes the moment of truth. I'm going to click on install certificate. Cool, now our certificate is installed. All is well. If we come here and see RHLC, OGA, everything fine, and we have the certificate enabled for both rhlcoga.com as well as www.rhlcoga.com. Since we already have all these HTTPS redirection and everything installed inside our blog, we don't have to do any setting inside our WordPress application. So ideally, if I go to RHLC, I will open an incognito window and I will type rhlcoga.com. And if I click here on the log and click on certificate, as you can see, our certificate is refreshed and now it's available till 2022. So all is good, everything works fine. As you can see, installing a premium SSL certificate is as simple as what we have seen in installing free SSL certificate. So I hope it sums it up. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, as I always say, please give me a 5-star rating and a positive feedback. That way I would be able to reach out more people and I would be able to expand this course further. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Bye for now.